This is the Business of Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
Our guest today, Tim David, he is the author of the new book, True Influence, The Magic of Human Connection. Tim, welcome to our show today.
Thanks, Derek. Appreciate you having me.
And so whenever you're prepared and you've got that scripting and that framework, I think it translates to the audience and to the person you're showing that you're presenting to if you're comfortable.
Yeah, and I'll tell you that kind of leads me to another skill, and I think these are related. In fact, I know they're related. One of the most important skills, both in magic and in sales, is really, really simple and straightforward. It's one of those things that unless you get that instant feedback, unless you do it over and over, night after night, day after day, it's a very difficult skill to just happen upon. All right, it can be trained, it can be taught, it can be learned, but through trial and error, you're really going to have a hard time getting there, or at least it's going to take a long time. And that is that skill of confidence in your delivery. Everybody says, how can you sell something if you're not confident in what you're selling? How can you make someone else confident in what you're selling if you yourself are nervous that they might say no? So this idea of being confident and transmitting that confidence through your nonverbals and your scripting as well it's got to happen quickly. When I walked out on stage, people were judging me. When you walk into a room, people judge you. When you sit down for an appointment with someone, they are sizing you up. How can you build rapport? How can you establish confidence that you're going to be able to direct this conversation? You're going to be capable hands that they feel comfortable putting themselves into. How can you do all that and establish that in 0.4 seconds, which is the average time a human brain takes to make a decision about you? So that is definitely a skill to walk with that presence and that confidence, and to just know your script inside and out so well that that confidence is just transferred to the person across from you.
That's great. I want to talk about the word influence itself, and I want to break it down a little bit and hear how you define it, and let's build on that. Influence has been top of mind for me for a long time. I had a full conversation about the word influence yesterday on a car ride with a colleague, and just talking about what that meant and what a currency it can be, and how to use it correctly. And you break down influence for us, and let's build it up from there based on your book.
Yeah, I think in the book, in the introduction, I really do the same thing. I unpack this word, I hold it up to the light, I look for the cracks, I figure out why is it that people have an issue with not just the word, but the skill. It's one of those things that people say to themselves, well, if I have it, I have it. If I don't, I don't. I don't want to come across as salesy, so I'm not going to work on my influence. When in reality, those two ideas are incompatible. If you're coming across as salesy, you're not influential. Right. People will resist a salesy approach. So, I really love one of your lines, Derek, and you say, be an intentional leader. Yeah. And influence has a lot to do with intention. The truth of the matter is, everything you say and everything you do in fact, everything you don't say and don't do influences people around you on a very fundamental neurophysiological level. So you're affecting people's brain chemistry and neurological states based on how you are behaving and the words that you're saying. So the question isn't, are you going to be influential? The question is, are you aware of the power that you have, and are you using that influential power intentionally or accidentally? And it's very important to be intentional with our influence. And one of the lines from the book is really simple. And there's a whole lead into this, but I'll just get to the bottom line, get to the point. Influence is what you do to help.